Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. While our conversations focus mostly on our favorite spirits, please remember that having a solid financial plan can help you avoid feeling as though the volatile stock and bond markets are driving you to drink. Yes, today's episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk is brought to you by Axiom Financial Strategies Group, which is a financial planning-based wealth management firm that serves to maintain our clients' paths to financial success, happiness, and overall well-being. Axiom's mission is to help individuals and families of all size grow and protect their wealth through an objective, thoughtful advice anchored in deep subject matter expertise. If you have a financial plan but are lacking confidence that you will achieve your goals or would like assistance in developing a financial plan, please reach out to the Axiom team at 812-913-7701 or email them at contactus@axiomfsg.com. Please remember to drink and invest responsibly. Axiom Financial Strategies Group, LLC, is a registered investment advisor. Advisory services are only offered to clients or prospective clients where Axiom and its representatives are properly licensed and exempt from licensure. Thanks again to Axiom Financial Services Group. We really appreciate you guys sponsoring this past Christmas episodes and Festivus and all those good things. This is going to round out our December episodes, and we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we are just we're finishing out the Starlight, Family Estate, Repeal Day, the whole 9 yards, and we decided we were going to save the not necessarily the best for last, but the most unique for last. We didn't want to mess up our palates and on any given day or any given week. So we made sure that when we recorded this episode, this is going to be all about what has been probably the most unique pour any of us have had in the last couple of years, the Amburana cask. So we've got the Ted's Amburana 111.5 proof 5-year bourbon, and then we have the Blake Rye, which is 4.5-year-old, and it's 113.8 proof. So we're going to dive in on these bad boys. We're going to try them. It's going to be a quick hitter because, man, we've done a lot of episodes this month. We've had a lot of fun. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to everybody. But this bourbon finished in the Amburana cask. Who's going in first? Who's nosing this bad boy? Barbara's, you ready to go? She's rocking and rolling, boy. She was pointing at the finger, I don't even know what's going on over there.
Holy macaroni.
And right before we got on mic, we learned that Barbara knows nothing about etiquette when you're eating. She has no idea where the fork or the spoon or the knife or anything else goes around her plate.
She knows where it goes.
I know where it goes for me. I know where it goes in the Brock house. I serve my own plate the only way I want to do it.
Comfort level goes a different way.
Nick's like, shut up, Scott, dude. I still got to live here.
He's used to it.
I'm just staying out of this completely.
This is why
Smart
we let
man.
the kids set the place settings.
Yeah, that way you can't.
Can't get mad at them.
So when I was a kid, before I learned etiquette, because I honestly I knew nothing until I went to banking school.
Okay.
So when they're like, this kid is a complete freaking degenerate, like he's a moron. He's from Scott County, like can barely do anything. And they're like, we got to teach this kid something. So they literally sent me to etiquette school. One day they sent like 6 of us managers. We all sat down in like a little shop in the basement at National City Tower. And they bring out this little lady, and she's like, this is how you're supposed to chew. This is how you're supposed to do this. This is where your napkin goes. This is where your fork goes.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the whole 9 yards, so that way when you're eating with clients, you don't embarrass somebody at the bank. So
you're saying you went through the Pretty Woman version of the bank?
I sure did. Sure did. Straight up Pretty Woman version of banking 101 etiquette and how you eat and stuff like that.
More like a League of Their Own.
Did they do that in a League of Their Own?
Oh, yes.
I don't remember that.
They did more of a little bit of that, but they taught them how to walk, how to sit, how to cross their legs, and stuff like that.
Because that when they were going on the promotional. Yeah,
yes.
I do remember that now that you mention that. I remember that part. I didn't remember the eating etiquette, but I remember them walking and stuff. And I think it was Madonna, slinging, the old cones off her boobies up there, like from the Vogue tour.
Well, duh.
All right. Anyway, so Amburana cask, cigar batch. This bourbon's got a nose.
Holy mackerel.
It absolutely does. I know.
Man.
Now, traditionally we've gotten kind of that snickerdoodle stuff like that. I'm not getting much of that. I'm getting more cinnamon and tobacco.
Yep.
Tobacco
Tons
is
of tobacco.
hard.
A little bit of leather to me.
Yep. Leather, tobacco.
Tiny bit of leather. Yeah, I can get that.
There's a lot of vanilla.
Yeah.
Does anybody
A lot
get,
of vanilla.
like a nut or anything out of this?
Yeah. I could say like a pecan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pecan was one of the first things that came to, I was like, you know what? I was like, if you took like pecan pie and put like cinnamon in it, I was sitting there like that doughy, like pecan pie, like almost derby pie. Cause
I was leaving derby pie. Now I'm
but
not
there's no
huge,
chocolate, but
yeah, right.
But that's what I'm getting, kind of that vanilla pecan.
I can see that.
You know, caramel, that whole.
But there's definitely a lot of depth.
Oh my God, yes.
So have you ever made peanut brittle and you don't put you haven't put the peanut in, and before, like when you get all the sugar and the caramel and you get it in the pot and you start melting, like I get like that rich texture on that, man.
Definitely see that.
I can understand that.
There's no peanut, but I'm just saying, like, without
right.
No, I'm showing my age. The vanilla Teddy Grahams.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because now it's that specific one, because they made a lot of different ones, but the vanilla
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is very, very heavy vanilla forward.
All right, I'm diving in. Yeah. Somebody else can talk about other smelly notes. Man, I tell you, Carl, boy, you dove in like a beast, man. you okay, man? You took a big gulp there, man.
That's good.
That's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Well, I'm thinking from the Jim Carrey movie with Morgan Freeman as God.
Bruce Almighty.
Yep.
And where they going like, it's good.
I'm getting a lot of baking spices.
Yeah.
Today.
Wow. So there's some cinnamon there, a lot of baking spice. Like there's like some cardamom and some other things going on there. Clove.
I have a question.
Yep.
We haven't talked about the other bottle yet, but did they switch the labels by accident? I mean, just what I'm getting off this.
There's a little bit of rye pop in there.
Yeah, it does have a lot of rye pop. It does. It's got a whole lot of rye pop. You know, anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Because this is non-normal for a bourbon.
Yeah. No, correct.
At least the historical cigar batches that I think I've tried.
Yeah.
Now the cigar batches.
See, man, now he's got me wondering. Like, did they mislabel these? Like, did they?
I don't think they would.
I don't think they did.
I don't think so. But man, it's got a heavy rye pop.
This one's Ted's, right?
That's Ted. Ted loves rye.
Yeah, he loves rye. You're right.
That's right. High rye, high malt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and that's the thing. So like that's the big thing, right? Like I also get a little bit of malt. Maybe this is
it's definitely a Ted.
Now that you say that, it's very subtle.
I wonder what use barrel this is. I wonder if this is one of their newer ones or if this is still one of the other Ambrianas. Because it's not as much of that like cinnamon and sugar and snickerdoodle and cookie and it's not as dark as some of the earlier ones. So I'm almost curious, you know, how many fills does this hit on that barrel?
I don't know, but oof.
Now I know that the previous releases or more recent releases between the Bottle and Bond and the small batch that they were doing, those were on third and fourth fills, which is why I think they kind of changed it up a little bit because of those. And so I'm hoping that these are.
I would say these are probably newer.
Yeah, I think they're
fills.
more newer.
See, I don't think they are. I don't think they have the pop. I don't think they have the pop of the OGs.
I'm not going to say
it's been a while
they're
since
OGs.
I've had an original one.
I think, I think they're newer than the most recent releases, but not necessarily an OG.
I just remember the first fills were just so complex, and these are complex, but they're nowhere near as complex as the first few.
I got a lot more floral after I had that water.
Yeah, we're doing science here.
Yep.
We can't help ourselves.
More floral?
Yeah.
On the nose?
Yeah. I lose the tobacco.
I could see where you're saying that. I don't know if I get floral, though.
It's like a potpourri floral type
I'm
thing.
thinking tea, potpourri, somewhere in there.
Probably closer to potpourri, but...
I'm getting more tea.
More herbal tea.
Yeah, like an herbal tea or something like that. It's not like an Earl Grey or any of those.
No.
It's almost like a pomegranate tea or like something like just off the wall, like one of those weird teas, mango tea. You know, I mean, it's not mango, but you get where I'm coming from, right? Like it's one of those more like fruity, herbally.
All right, I'm throwing this out.
It's not lavender, but it's like that type of tea.
To me, this is the old school Lipton sun tea, to where you put if your parents ever, because my mom did that. She was the one who put in put
it on the fence post in a big ass jar.
Pitcher,
yep.
Put it out on the deck, let it sit for a couple hours with the sun on it.
And sounds like your mama.
Yeah,
my great grandmother did that,
and that to me, that's what this kind of that initial whiff tastes at.
Maybe
usually
a little
it
bit.
steeps for so long. Mm-hmm. I think adding water actually hurts it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the water.
The rye pops way more to me.
Now I get almost like a back end chocolate, about mid to late palate
I could see that.
Yeah, I do too.
But that's just me.
Well, it's not their typical cigar batch.
No,
I mean, it's just
agreed.
It's just I think this is weird for the bourbon.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed in this one. To this is, to me, it's on level with the amount of flavor that I got off the Bottled and Bond, and the Bottled and Bond was probably my least favorite of the cigar batches that I've tried.
Have you tried the small batch?
I don't think I have tried the small batch. I might have missed that one.
Okay, that was I think September release where
yes.
you could buy 4
bottles.
bottles.
I was in Michigan so I think you might have picked one up for me. I don't think I've cracked it yet. I have to double check.
Okay,
I have one of those bottles sitting at my house actually. Now I think about it.
So the rye is fruit forward. Like, it's weird. Like, I mean, these are so different than the normal cigar batches.
Though it's starting to... Your mislabeling idea is like,
maybe I'm onto something.
Yeah.
As I said,
but this is, this is not like any of the other cigar batches I've smelled, like, at all.
No,
this
definitely
is
not.
There's no cinnamon. There's
there's
very little tobacco.
Very little. Very, very little.
This is almost like I would say it's more like clove.
Right, yeah.
Like those DeJoram cigarettes, cigarillos. There's also like a little bit of juniper. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Almost like a gin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You getting a little vanilla in this?
Yeah, a little vanilla. Yeah.
Tiny bit.
But the floral, like Barb said floral on the other one. No, I get it on this one. But to me, it's
I
almost like the
definitely get it on this
juniper or something else. That's so weird. All right, I'm going to dive in.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that vanilla. I'm getting slight floral. I don't know. It's weird. There's just one note that's not really gelling with me on that nose. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's weird. It almost has like a ginish type taste.
I guess I've never had a gin, so I don't know.
It's almost like they distilled this in their gin still. It is really different.
Yeah.
Really different.
Getting a little malt.
Yeah, some malt.
Tiny bit.
I swear I'm getting like a little bit of juniper. Like it's really weird.
Agreed.
It's not like any of the other cigar. Neither one of these are anything like any of the other cigar batches I've tried from them.
No, I am getting a little bit of sugar on the as soon as you sip it.
Yeah,
a little hit of
then it
the
goes
sugar,
away.
and then it kind of fades out real
there's
fast.
no cinnamon. There's no robust tobacco. There's no
leather really.
There's no leather.
Absolutely no.
These are just way different than any of the other ones they've ever done.
Now, legs on them, both of them seem to be pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, everything else is fine. I mean, the color's a little lighter. I bet these are like fourth fills. I bet they're third or fourth fills.
Man, I couldn't see that. That's weird. I mean, I could see that probably is second, maybe third, but I wouldn't think they would put out for the Family Reserve Repeal Day like big event like a third or fourth fill.
I mean, you say that, but I don't know.
I mean,
and only because I have a knowledge. Like, if I was a betting man, I know for a fact that they had a really, really short run, like about 6 weeks, where Rolling Fork had one of the Amburana rye finished whiskeys that they finished a rum in for about 6 weeks. The rye here almost tastes like it was finished in that same barrel that had rum in it.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could too. Because it's got that little bit of sweet.
Yeah, right up front. Like that rum we had earlier.
Right.
But I'm telling you, like, these are way different than any of the other cigar batches I've had.
Agreed.
I don't dislike them, but they're different. and they're nowhere near as much of that sugar, cinnamon, snickerdoodle, tobacco, real robust. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason I can't imagine their first or second run.
Either that or they didn't, unless it was on the short end of that 3 to 8 month barrel.
They don't
aging.
rush stuff typically.
No, they.
No.
I know they typically don't, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've had some stuff straight off a barrel when it's early, and it's tasted a lot different than this.
Barbara, where did the hiccups come from?
I don't know.
They're back. That was great timing.
I'm about to cut her mic off. Dude, I'm telling you, every time the nose is like gin. That is the weirdest thing, man. That's the reason I keep saying it wouldn't surprise me if this was a third or fourth fill and it went in that rum barrel.
Well, then it would be possibly maybe a fifth fill.
Right. Well, I think it was after the second fill they gave it for rum, and he put rum in it for like 6 or 8 weeks. It wasn't very long because he said it was just overpowering it when I talked to Turner.
Gotcha.
I see the nose whenever I add a little water opens back up. It gives you a little bit more of those traditional cigar batches.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me throw this out there. Maybe they got the proof wrong.
What's the proof on this one?
No. Those drometers, dude, they're so accurate. I mean, I can't imagine that would be off.
Well, no, I guess I shouldn't be saying that way. But would this be one that should have proofed down slightly to hit what?
Oh, should they have? Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe this was the bottled and bond before they watered it down.
That's
a
well could be.
possibility.
Maybe they were like, all right, we're going to take part of this out. We're going to run it as bottled and bond. We'll leave one of the barrels in there by itself and see what happens. We'll
Yeah,
release
I
it
mean,
for Repeal Day.
absolutely. A little bit of water, even on the pole, it now is really approaching what we expect a cigar batch to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
The water definitely helps that.
Yeah.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
It didn't help the bourbon,
Nope.
but it helps the rye a lot.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That tastes more like a traditional rye now
Yeah.
in that aspect.
All right. For me, this is an easy one. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to go rye with water, which you never hear me say that.
Not for the cigar batches.
No.
Yeah.
And then bourbon, I don't care which way you give me, honestly. That's it's right there with the bottle and bond. Probably my least favorite of the ones I've tried.
How about to say that small batch might go back to the
Yeah.
old.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try it. Like I said, I haven't had it yet. That's my humble opinion. I don't know where y'all at. Where you at, Carl?
I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm right. I don't add water or ice to anything, but
This
I think
rye
that-
needs the water.
The rye
The
needs
rye
the
needs
water.
it.
Yeah. All right.
I think the rye absolutely is saved by the water. Just a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
But I think it absolutely brings and accentuates what needs to be there. For
So the
that
funny
cigar
thing is, if
batch.
you read this, the rye is actually a single barrel. This is actually a batch.
No,
Interesting.
wow,
I just noticed that.
that is interesting. We might have to ask somebody about that.
Huh.
So,
Well, now that makes it a little different.
all right.
Dun,
Sounds like
dun.
dun dun dun. That's right. So it sounds like we're unanimous. The rye was the best with a little bit of water.
Yep.
The single barrel rye, and we'll kind of run from there. Well, we like I said, we appreciate you all listening, tuning in for Festivus for the rest of us. That was a nice little 6-episode segment that we ran. Airing of the grievances, talking about all the things that we, as Nick says, grinds his gears. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. We hope you guys have enjoyed the 2022 with Bourbon Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the old Twitter. You can email us at bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get those episodes as soon as possible. I'm hoping that we'll get a little video going in 2023. That's my goal. Is to if not a ton, at least a few. We'll get some video running out, and hopefully you guys will get a chance to enjoy looking at everybody else's face, because I've definitely got a face for radio. But this is Scott, Nick, Barbara, and Carl signing off. Peace out.
Happy
Peace
holidays.
out. Happy holidays.